Hello, everybody. Welcome to this WrestleMania 32 prediction video. I think I'm going to see WrestleMania 32 at a friend of a friend's place for free, so I'm excited about that. Usually I end up seeing WrestleMania every year. Either I order it at my house and I bring people over, or, you know, I lived with this guy Wally. We'd have WrestleMania parties. It usually just works out somehow. And I'll be honest, this is the least excited I've ever been for a WrestleMania, maybe in my entire life. As a longtime wrestling fan since 1988, a jaded old school wrestling fan, this WrestleMania 32 is not the WrestleMania I thought we'd get, or the one I could have booked in my fantasy head. I'm actually not excited, really, about this. And part of that's getting older. The older you get, the more you realize wrestling isn't for you. Wrestling is for kids. It's for young teenagers. And if you're over 30 watching wrestling still, hoping it's going to be back to the Attitude Era and controversial, then you're watching wrestling for the wrong things, I think. And you go into wrestling the older you get with the baggage you have. And I'm someone who is just, you realize now we live in this era where so many dream matches we never got. Vince McMahon, the genius, who is a racist, a woman hater, one of the biggest scumbags in the history of Earth, like a truly evil human being, but wrestling fans give him money, you know. He profits off so much death and destruction. You know, Vince McMahon hasn't given us any dream matches, but he's considered the best promoter in the history of wrestling. And it's just kind of funny that this year, the one match we should have got was Sting versus The Undertaker. Now, it is Saturday night, April 2nd, and right now Sting is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He's the headliner, as he should be. Sting is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, an icon, the man called Sting. I have two favorite wrestlers in my entire life, and they are Sting and Bret the Hitman Hart. So I'm so happy for Sting. I wish his WWE run was different. He should have won last year at WrestleMania 31 against Triple H. It was so stupid that he lost. And it's too bad he got injured in that Seth Rollins match, because Sting could have been the WWE World Champion even for a month, even for 2 months. But he wrestled Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. He got injured, and, you know, shit. You know, Sting's 55 years old. You know, it takes its toll on you. But anyway, I'm still happy Sting signed with the WWE. We got 2 Sting Blu-rays. Sting's merchandise deal, I'm sure, is amazing. I'm sure Sting was happy with being at WrestleMania 31. I mean, obviously Sting agreed to it, so I'm so happy Sting's in the Hall of Fame. He's a true icon, a true headliner, and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. His WCW, NWA career alone is amazing. But anyway, congrats to Sting tonight, and I hope he gets enough time to talk, because sounds like Michael Hayes went on forever, and the Fabulous Freebirds went on forever, and, you know, and no, the Godfather shouldn't be in the fucking Hall of Fame. Just like Coco Beware shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Like, the Hall of Fame should have standards, and I know, you know, some elite people get in there, deservingly so, like Bruno Sammartino, but I mean, Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame, and the Godfather, I mean, God, give me a break. But anyway, WrestleMania 32, the worst WrestleMania in a generation. These are my prediction videos, and I actually have to look at the website to see what matches there are. So, I've hated, people who know me know I've hated Kofi Kingston for a long time. I've hated him, you know, I've hated Kofi Kingston for years, and there's finally a wrestler I hate more than Kofi Kingston, and that's the steroid, disgusting, gross Ryback. Ryback is a piece of shit, and it's funny that Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, that match was canceled twice on 2 different WrestleManias a few years ago. But we're getting Ryback gets a solo match at WrestleMania 32, and I think it's for the U.S. title, and he's fighting one of the Lucha Dragons. Is that correct? Yeah, I don't even know who, I'm just looking. Kalisto. Okay, cool. Whoever the fuck Kalisto is. Sorry. Suspension of disbelief sometimes. You got to deal with it. And I think tonight, in this quick video, you're going to see. So anyway, I fucking hate Ryback. So let's go with Kalisto to keep the U.S. title over the steroid, disgusting Goldberg, Ultimate Warrior, fucking wannabe Ryback, who, gross. Just gross. I fucking hate Ryback. He's one of the few wrestlers I actually tweet shit to and get angry about because I fucking hate him. Alright, anyway, let's check out to see what else is on this card. The Usos versus the Dudley Boys might be a pre-warm-up WrestleMania opening match. Because WrestleMania, God forbid, you should have lots of wrestling matches. Let's have concerts. Let's have other shit and gimmicks and skits. Anyway, Dudley Boys versus the Usos. I fucking hate the Usos. I have ever since. I hate them. I don't care. I don't care if they're related to the Rock's family, like Roman Reigns and all that shit. Go Dudley Boys. I hope they beat the Usos. Cool. What else do we got here? The New Day, who are the tag team champs, versus the League of Nations. Cool. But the titles aren't on the line. It's WrestleMania 32, the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and the tag team titles aren't on the line? I'm hearing that correctly? And it's the League of Nations. How bad must Sheamus be? Sheamus must feel like shit. I like Sheamus. I think he's a pretty good star and wrestler. He was a WWE World Champion earlier this year for a time. But you wouldn't know it because he's fucking in this... So, 2 of the 4 members of a League of Nations are going to fight 2 of the 3 members of the New Day. Awesome. Go League of Nations, because at least they have talented wrestlers. And yeah, Wade Barrett's leaving the company, and that sucks because he's a wrestler that Vince McMahon totally misused, and Wade Barrett should have been a bigger star than he was. So any combination of the League of Nations beats the New Day, and woohoo! They don't win the titles at WrestleMania 32. Awesome. Wonder why this WrestleMania is going to suck. What else do we have? The Total Divas versus BAD and Blonde. Awesome. Cool. Total Divas? Question mark? Sorry. When the WWE gives a shit about women's wrestling like they used to, Trish Stratus, that era, then I will. They don't. The fact that it's a Divas title instead of a women's championship tells you everything you need to know. That's the one few things TNA always did better than the WWE in the last 6-7 years, ever since Trish Stratus retired, was TNA's woman division was much better than the Divas division. So I don't give a shit about that match. I apologize. So going with Total Divas to win, question mark. Intercontinental match, Intercontinental title match, 7-man ladder match. Is that correct? Yeah. I'm looking at the website. Cool. Awesome. First of all, The Miz sucks. The Miz was in the worst WrestleMania main event from WrestleMania 27. The Miz was one of the worst WWE World Champions of all time. And so anyway, Canadian boy Kevin Owens, one of the 3 reasons I give a shit about wrestling right now, Kevin Owens is one of them. He's the Intercontinental Champion. I think he's going to shine. I think this match will actually be really good because there are some really good wrestlers in it. But Kevin Owens will overcome all of them and remain the Intercontinental Champion and have his WrestleMania moment. AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, versus Chris Jericho. If we haven't seen this match 85 times before WrestleMania 32, I would say this would be an awesome match, and I think it will be, but AJ Styles is going to win because Chris Jericho lost to Fandango a couple years ago, and if you fucking agree to lose to Fandango, who the fuck is Fandango and where is he? Hello, Chris Jericho, you're going to lose to one of the best wrestlers in the world that's finally in the WWE. So AJ Styles all the way, and I hope AJ Styles gets his big WrestleMania moments. What else do we have? Oh, Divas, triple threat. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and the champion Charlotte. I'm going with Becky Lynch to win the Divas title. And I think this match will actually be pretty good and won't be the worst match of the card by far. That'll be Ryback in anything he touches. But I think Becky Lynch will win. So cool for that. And then what else do we have? That's a main event. That's a main event. That's a main event. Really? So it's only the three... Oh, the third annual Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Awesome. It's too bad. I hope Damien Sandow wins it. I don't know everyone who's in it. Is the Big Show... No idea, sorry. I'm really here to bitch about the 3 main event matches, which I'm about to do. So, I'm going to go with Damien Sandow, or whatever he's known as now, to win that. Sorry. I hate this WrestleMania. I think it's going to be one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. I think the mid-card has some good matches, but... Okay. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, suspension of disbelief. Dean Ambrose is trying really hard and successfully. He's a new loose cannon Brian Pillman kind of gimmick, kind of crazy, trying to steal parts of Terry Funk and Cactus Jack McFoley and make it his own. Awesome. But you're fighting Brock Lesnar, who's legitimately probably the strongest and toughest man in wrestling in the WWE, legitimate UFC fighter, and the only man to beat The Undertaker. And even Undertaker fans were like, oh my god, I can't believe you. Brock Lesnar's the only man who could beat The Undertaker, because realistically he would beat The Undertaker. Brock Lesnar should destroy Dean Ambrose in this. Brock Lesnar for the win. Dean Ambrose gets lots of respect points for hanging in there and being thrown around. You know, but Brock Lesnar should win this. The fact that Brock Lesnar isn't even fighting for the title is a fucking joke. Brock Lesnar is one of the 3 reasons I care about the WWE. So, Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar. Okay, the worst main event WWE title match in a long time. The fact that Triple H is in the main event of WrestleMania 32... and he's the WWE World Champion against Roman Reigns, who wore body armor for years, who they try to put over. He's related to The Rock. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. Blah, blah, blah. Vince loves him. Blah, blah, blah. Fan reaction is split. He used to play for the Edmonton Eskimos. I'm from Edmonton. It's funny. Roman Reigns is going to win because he needs to have his big moments since he didn't get it last year. But I'm pulling for Triple H because I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I don't think he's a main event level talent. He doesn't have charisma. He still can't talk on the mic. And seriously, it's Roman Reigns. Like, seriously. He's a mid-carder at best. But anyway, Roman Reigns will win the WWE Championship and get his moment. Now, the worst Undertaker match maybe in the history of mankind. Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. The fact that Undertaker should have fought Sting sucks that it never happened and we never got that match. The fact that this might be Undertaker's last match in his hometown. I hope it's not, but here's the stipulations, right? Shane McMahon, who hasn't wrestled since 2009, if he wins, he gets control over Monday Night Raw and puts the Authority out of power. The Undertaker, who all of a sudden is Vince McMahon's bitch, Vince McMahon's lackey, because, you know, The Undertaker, fucking stupid story writing. If The Undertaker loses, he never competes at WrestleMania again. So, Undertaker's gonna win. Yeah, Shane McMahon's gonna get beat up. Yeah, Shane McMahon's gonna do some cool spots and cool wrestling things. But Undertaker should win. And I hope this isn't his last match because The Undertaker deserved better. Seriously. Undertaker kills Shane McMahon. No contest. It could be an entertaining match. Maybe it will be. But I think it's a joke and an embarrassment that this is a match. Suspension of disbelief, right? Now, in a year, WrestleMania 32, where the biggest draw is John Cena, who's injured, the biggest moneymaker in WWE history besides Steve Austin and maybe Hulk Hogan, is injured. Seth Rollins, who I'm not a fan of, who was the WWE World Champion and enjoying a long reign, was injured. Randy Orton, the Viper, also injured. And then add mid-Carter Cesaro, who's also injured. This WrestleMania has a lot of injuries, and that's why I think this will be the worst WrestleMania in 10, 12 years. My predictions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tell me what you think. Tweet me, Instagram me, whatever you like. Cheers. Enjoy WrestleMania 32. I'm sorry I'm bitter. I just think all 3 main event matches are fucking stupid, and the mid-card looks okay. Cheers. Go Rangers, but we're not winning a playoff round, so don't worry about it.